Well, oh my, love the sound of that. Look, Daddy, there's a book for me too. Well, oh my, love the sound of that. Creative, affirming, and culture for me too. Look, Granny, I love the sound of that. Look, Granny, I love the sound of that. Look, Granny, I love the sound of that. Learning and exploring about history, you see. Look, Mommy, I love the sound of that. We confident, we practice and develop fluency. Look, Daddy, I love the sound of that. Families, they bond and they representing me. Look, Granny, I love the sound of that. Look, Auntie, I love the sound of that. Nice, I see, I love the sound of that.
So reliable, culturally relevant. Sit back and listen to the wisdom while we represent. So reliable, culturally relevant. Readers to leaders, they hold it down where they never sit. So reliable, culturally relevant. Sit back and listen to the wisdom while you represent. So reliable, culturally relevant. Readers to leaders, they hold it down, yeah, they haven't sit.
Look, Mommy, give me the read in action. Well, oh my, love the sound of that. Look, Daddy, there's a book for me too. Well, oh my, love the sound of that. Creative, affirming, culture for me too. Look, Granny, I love the sound of that.
Greetings, Virtual Village family. How are you all doing this evening? I hope everybody is doing well. We are halfway through the week, and we have been doing some wonderful things here with the Virtual Village. So if you guys are not in tune yet, if you are not aware, we have some wonderful things in store with you. And again, this is the second week of our new fall season format. So it's really exciting, the new things that are coming on board. And Mondays and Wednesdays are all about this foundational literacy lesson, the importance of making sure that those building blocks are there for our children so that they do become strong readers. So we are here to enhance, to supplement, to bring that daily dosage of literacy, culture, community, and love, the history, the affirmations, all of the things that make us feel good about who we are, and that build strong, confident, competent readers, and that bind families together. This is that great family programming. So whether you got an 8-year-old or you're an 80-year-old, everybody tune in, dig in for the rest of the show, all right?
Greetings, virtual villagers. My name is Shania, and do you know what time it is? It's affirmation time! Time to remind ourselves how great we are. So everybody, repeat after me. I am smart. I have purpose. I am confident. I am valuable. My voice is worthy of being heard. I am an asset to my family, school, and community. I respect myself and I respect others. I am beautifully made inside and out. I love my beautiful hair and I love my beautiful brown skin. I am more than enough. Great job, virtual villagers. Can I get a virtual high five? Great job. And always remember how fantastic you are.
Greetings, virtual villagers. I'm Akai, and today's quote is by Toni Morris. Your life is already artful, just waiting for you to make it an art.
This episode of the Virtual Village Show has been brought to you by Truist. Buying or selling a home doesn't have to be difficult. At the James Allen Group, we work tirelessly to get families into homes and to get our listings sold quickly at the best price. James Allen, our principal broker, has over 30 years of experience as a realtor. As a U.S. Navy veteran, his knowledge of Hampton Roads and its community is a vital tool in meeting the home buying needs of military families. If you're ready to buy or sell your home, contact the James Allen Group at 757-449-8322. Sign up today for our free home buyer or seller seminar at jamesallengroup.com.
Man, I swear I can hardly stay in my seat because of that Shania. She always gets this literacy party started, okay? Are y'all feeling like you are beautifully made inside and outside? Are you feeling powerful? Are you understanding that you are more than enough? Because if you didn't know it, Shania definitely made it evident. So I hope you guys are feeling that and that you become empowered by that affirmation and that you learn that affirmation and that you get your little ones gathered around the screen every day so that that can become a part of their daily mantra. Feel free to use that and incorporate it into your lives. But it was delivered by such a beautiful young person. And if you were visiting, if you were here last night with the Virtual Village, you saw on our Tuesday show that Shania was here and she was reading last night. That is our community connection show where we have our village readers on. And Shania came up here and actually read and told us about all the wonderful things that she has going on. And if you don't know, she's only 10 years young. And everybody is always assuming that she is a teenager just because of how dynamic she is. So again, take that word in, and even we grown people need to remind ourselves of that sometimes. But the thing around here is we definitely want our little ones to have that foundation of understanding how important and valuable they are. Then Makai always comes through with the literacy quote by a Black author, and he told us we are already artful, right? We are already artful beings, and we have this blank canvas, and it is up to us to just create, all right? So now we're about to create a wonderful literacy lesson for our virtual villagers tonight, okay? And so the wonderful thing about this is we have several teachers who are going to be coming throughout this fall season. And I can tell you guys this, as a Black woman, I was obviously once a Black child. I went through the grade school experience and I talked to so many different people, and I feel like I could write a book or some kind of literary piece about all of the things I've heard Black children and adults say that happened to them throughout their schooling, things that seem to break their spirit, where there were low expectations for them, where they were treated differently, things that have been horrible to hear. And it's a common thread that seems to go across, that runs the gamut. So we're bringing teachers on here who are teachers who care, teachers who are great at their craft, and teachers who take their time with our children, and teachers who understand the intricacies of dealing with African-American children and all the things that come along with that. The beauty, the times when, we celebrate and always seeing the best in them, and knowing when we need to take time, and knowing when we got to get a firm Black mama, Black daddy look. All right, you know the look, but it's a look with love, but it's a look with expectation, right? So that's what's going on down here. And anybody can get in on this lesson, right? Anybody who wants to be a part of this lesson, like I said, whether you're 8 or 80, no matter who, what, where you are, but this lesson is designed with those things in mind, all right? So that's why we're going to bring up tonight's teacher. Drum roll, please. How y'all think I did with my drum roll? Anyway, we are going to bring on our wonderful teacher this evening, the ever dedicated, ever phenomenal Miss Lakisha Owens. All right, she is coming on here. Join me, sis. Where are you? Come on. We need to see you. Where is Miss Owens? Oh, where is Miss Owens? We are looking for Miss Owens. There she is. There she is. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. We are so glad to have you here. Are you ready to give this lesson this evening?
I'm very excited. Yes.
All right. Well, before you dive in, I do have a few questions that I want to ask you. First of all, to get our viewers acclimated with you, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long have you been teaching, and what do you teach?
All right. Well, I'm a third grade teacher. I've been teaching. I'm actually my 9th year teaching third grade. And it's a second career. I had a career before that, second career, because I knew this is what I was meant to do, and I needed to do. So
that's a whole other story in and of itself. Now, I think that's very inspirational. So I won't ask too much, but that for everybody tuning in, that's a whole nother nugget for the adults who are tuning in right now, following our dreams. Never feeling that it's too late, that there is a timestamp on us going after our dreams. And I think that Shania and Makai, did a great job. We're kind of flowing here with that theme, understanding the power that we have within. And then you had that canvas and you went ahead and, added, I'm going to be a teacher onto that canvas, right?
Yeah. I have more work to do too.
Okay, I know that's right. Look, we have plenty of more work to do, and you're going to do some great work tonight. So the other thing I want to ask you about is these foundational literacy lessons. Why is foundational literacy important?
It's so super important because as a teacher, I see so many students struggling coming into the third grade where you are expected to, we're learning comprehension skills, not just learning to read. That is K through 2. So it's disheartening when I see children come to third grade and they are still struggling on those fundamental skills that they should already have received before they get to me.
Right. So we have building blocks here when it comes to literacy. We have stair steps, and we understand that literacy is the foundation of learning. So we can't really excel in doing math. We can't really excel in doing science if we are not literate. And all the things that go on in our daily lives, we don't want to be duped into signing bad contracts. Mm-hmm. We don't want to ingest things that are harmful for us. So, and we also understand that as a community, literacy is a tool of liberation, all right? Because the more we read, the more we know, the more we understand, then we can move down this process of the responsibility that we have of getting our community to where it needs and deserves to be. So what better person do we have tonight than you, Miss Owens, to deliver this lesson? So I know y'all want the lesson. Y'all don't want to hear me keep talking. So I am going to step away and let you do your thing. All right, sis?
Sounds great. All right. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. My first night teaching this wonderful literacy lesson. I have 3 literacy skills that I want to focus on teaching you today. The first one is focusing on a vowel sound, and I'm going to focus on the short A sound tonight. I am going to say a word, and we're going to say each sound and listen for the short A sound. A says ah. Let's try it. Ah. Now I'm going to say the word mad. Let's say the sound for each letter. Ad. Ad. Mad. The next word is tap. Say the sound for each letter. T, app, t, app, tap. Good job. Y'all are doing great. The next word is pat. Say the sound for each letter. P, at, p, at, pat. Our next word is fat. Let's say the sounds for that word. At, fat. Awesome job, guys. And our last word is sat. Say the sound for each letter. S, at, sat. Wonderful, amazing. All of those words have the short A sound. Now, the next literacy skill I'm going to focus on is called antonyms. Antonyms. And I know it sounds like a silly word, but it's a very, very important skill to know. Now, antonyms are words that are opposite of each other. They are words that are the opposite. And I like to say, when I'm thinking of an antonym. It helps me remember that. They're not the same. So let's talk about some of them. The first set is old and new. Old and new. So let's think about, we have a pair of old shoes. We probably would rather go out and buy a pair of new shoes. So old and new are antonyms. Very good. Another pair is light and dark. Light and dark are antonyms. Light, when we have our lights on, or like my shirt, or the opposite would be dark if I were to cut my light off, or if I had a black shirt on. Another pair is short and tall. I like to joke my students and say Miss Owens is short. And that is the opposite of somebody who is really tall and really high in the air, right? Another pair I want you to give me is the antonym for hot. What do you think the opposite of hot is? Yes, you guys are smarter than I thought. The opposite of hot is cold. Cold. So if it was a really hot day, we would be sweating, but the opposite would be if it was snowing outside and it would be cold. Good job. What about the word on? What would be the antonym or the opposite of on? Exactly. I couldn't trick you guys. The opposite or the antonym of on is off. Good job. So if right now my light's on, but if I flipped it, it would get dark and it would be off. Good job. You guys did great with antonyms. Now, the third literacy skill that I'm going to talk to you about today is recognizing and using complete sentences. It is super, super important to use complete sentences when we are writing because we don't want to confuse our reader. So when we write a sentence, it must have a subject and a predicate. Now, you're probably like, what is a subject and a predicate? Well, a subject is the who or the what the sentence is about. The who or the what is the subject. The predicate tells what the subject does. So our sentences has to have the who or the what, that's the subject, and it has to have the what that subject does. That's the predicate. Let's look at an example. The big green frog jumped across the log. Now, who or what did something in this sentence? That is correct. The big green frog is the who. That is our subject. Now, what did the big green frog do? You got it. Jumped across the log. That is our predicate. So the subject is the big green frog, and the predicate is jumped across the log. Let's do another one. My sister rode her bike. Now, who did something in this sentence? Absolutely. My sister. My sister is the subject. Great job. Now, what did my sister do? Man, you guys are awesome. Kiss your brain because you're geniuses. Yes, she rode her bike. So my sister is my subject. Rode her bike is my predicate. And there I have a complete sentence. Thank you, guys. You guys did amazing tonight. And I hope you got something out of that lesson.
Right, Miss Owens. That was great. Of course, we knew that it would be, but we appreciate you coming on and doing this lesson. You did a wonderful job. I'm all over here myself like the fox jump over the
I do that too. I do that too when the other people are doing it.
Look, those of us who are passionate about it, we are passionate about it, right? So I'm taking this lesson in myself like, okay, and I'm enjoying you guys seeing your teaching style. I think that is really wonderful that we have the different teachers coming up here and we can like relate to each and every one of you, and one may resonate more than the others, but I like them all. I see different styles from all of you, but you're all dope. I think that's great.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, yes. So let's talk about, again, we're here and we're providing these snippets of, foundational literacy lessons. We're giving little bite-sized lessons on Mondays and Wednesdays. Why is that important?
like I said, it's very important they have the base, because without the base, we can't build the house. You know, without the foundation, the house is going to crumble. So kids have to know, they have to come to the third grade specifically with those foundational skills in order to be successful scholars going forward.
Yes, yes. And so bringing them in the little bite-sized component here on Mondays and Wednesdays are like a reinforcement to what our children are getting in school. And people are able to tune in no matter what school district you attend. You're not restricted with this, and you get to meet new teachers or check out your teachers who you already know. And in addition to that, well, let's go up here and grab these comments because you're getting a lot of love, okay? So I think we're going to take this from the top and we're going to grab these comments here. And we have Miss Danelle, who is our initiator. She says, hi, Literacy Gang. I'm in between Zoom meetings, but I'm dropping in to say hello. Love you guys. We love you too. Handle all that wonderful business you've been handling. Danelle says, welcome, Miss Owens. And Keisha says, hello, Miss Owens. How you doing, Miss Keisha? And let's see here. We have Joy Swain says, hey, Miss Owens from Cameron Bryant. Is that one of your students?
Hey, yes, it is.
Welcome, welcome, mom and son. We are so glad to have you here, and we hope to continue seeing you here throughout our season. That is wonderful. Miss Crystal says, good evening, family. She made it. Wonderful. We glad you did, and we hope that you have Chancellor with you too. Dimitri said he'll be right back. He went to get a beverage, right? And he's back. He said, hello. We are so glad to have you here, faithful villager. And let's see who else. Miss Crystal said, great job, Miss Owens. Love the at to remember antonyms. I caught that too. I was like, that was a great one. She said she'll be using that with her students. See, we learn, we share. And then Miss Francis says, hello from Riley and Timmy Young's family. Greetings, family. Yes, we are so glad to have the families tuned in. And then you have Cameron. I bet that was Cameron. Saying, hi, Miss Owens. Hi, Cameron. You have a new family now, all of you, okay? Y'all know Miss Owens, and she did such a great job, right? But you now are part of the Virtual Village family as well, okay? And let's see who else do we have here. Dr. Crawl said the cow jumped over the moon. He was here last night during the community connection, and boy, did he deliver a word. Oh, my. So glad to have him tuned in. Quite the support of the Virtual Village. And he said the students passed the test. Yes. All right. Loving all this love from the Virtual Village family. And sis, you definitely did a wonderful job. And one more thing I wanted to say, because it slipped my mind about these little literacy nuggets, is the fact that, again, if we have students who are in the 5th grade, in the 7th grade, if we have an adult who may need to brush up on their foundational literacy skills, this is a no judgment zone. And this is something where if you're put up in front of your device by yourself, with your loved ones around you, or whatever the case may be, you can share this with us. And this is all love. This is literacy, culture, community, and love. And everything is positive affirmations here. So whether you are in kindergarten, 1st or 2nd grade, or if you are in higher grades or you're an adult, if it applies, if it helps you, please take from it and let it nurture you, because it's all love around here. Yes. So again, wonderful job. And now they probably think you're getting ready to go away, but let's tell them what's coming next.
Oh, and Cameron already read this book, but he can get a reminder.
Okay. Miss Owens is going to read a book for you guys, and she's going to read The Day You Begin. All right. So we are going to take a moment from our sponsors, and after that, Miss Owens will be back to give you this wonderful story. All right, villagers.
Smart kids make our world better. At Heavenly Hearts, we believe that the right foundation is key to our future leader success. with our 4 key learning principles, which are inclusive learning environment, early exposure to financial literacy, community engagement, science and technology with engineering, art, and math labs will enrich each one of our future leaders as well as the community they are part of. In these unprecedented times, the $59 billion childcare industry has been dramatically impacted by the pandemic. Heavenly Hearts has currently implemented several advanced health and safety precautions to protect our children and staff at our current licensed facility in Chesapeake, Virginia. Our new location will continue to use advanced technology to protect our children from this and future threats to their health and safety, as our mission is to educate, empower, and equip our students with the necessary foundation to be holistically successful throughout life. We invite you to get involved. As an investor or community partner, you can help in a variety of ways. Contact Serena Mann at 757-254-8156.
All right, virtual villagers, I am back, and I'm going to read to you tonight the story called The Day You Begin. And it is by Jacqueline Woodson, that is the author, and it is illustrated by Rafael Lopez. There will be times when you walk into a room and no one there is quite like you. Maybe it will be your skin, your clothes, or the curl of your hair. There will be times when no one understands the way words curl from your mouth, the beautiful language of the country you left behind. My name is Rigoberto. We just moved here from Venezuela. And because they don't understand, the classroom will fill with laughter until the teacher quiets everyone. Rigoberto from Venezuela, your teacher says so soft and beautifully that your name and homeland sound like flowers blooming, the first bright notes of the song. There will be times when the words don't come, your own voice, once huge, now smaller. When the teacher asks, "What did you do last summer? Tell the class your story." "We went to France," Shayla said. "These shells came from a beach in Maine." A boy named Jonathan holds out a jar filled with tiny shells so fragile they look like they'll turn to dust in your own untraveled hands. My whole family went to India, Spain, South Carolina. Each souvenir, a small triumph of a journey, their travels going on and on. And as you stand in front of that room, you can only remember how the heat waved as it lifted off the curb, and your days spent at home caring for your little sister who made you laugh out loud and hugged you hard at nap time. You can only remember the books you kept on reading long after she had fallen to sleep. And in that room where no one else is quite like you, you'll look down at your own empty hands and wonder, what good is this when other students were flying and sailing and going somewhere? There will be times when the lunch your mother packed for you is too strange or too unfamiliar for others to love as you do. When even your own friend Naja will wrinkle her nose and say, "What's in there anyway?" And you'll wonder how she doesn't see the rice beneath the meat and kimchi. You'll wonder why she doesn't remember that rice is the most popular food in the world. I had rice today. There will be times when the climbing bars are too high, the run is too fast and far, the game isn't one you can ever really play. I don't want him on our team. You can watch. Maybe you can have a turn later. Poor boy. There will be times when the world feels like a place that you're standing all the way outside of. See the boy? He's over here. All the kids are playing. And all that stands beside you is your own brave self, steady as steel and ready, even though you don't yet know what you're ready for. There will be times when you walk into a room and no one there is quite like you until the day you begin to share your stories. My name is Angelina, and I spent my whole summer with my little sister. You tell the class, your voice stronger than it was a minute ago. Reading books and telling stories, and even though we were right on our block, it was like we got to go everywhere. Because that's what books do. They take you any and everywhere. Your name is like my sister's, Rigoberto says. Her name is Angelina too. And all at once in the room where no one else is quite like you, the world opens itself up a little wider to make some space for you. This is the day you begin to find the places inside your laughter and your lunches, your books, your travel, and your stories, where every new friend has something a little like you and something else so fabulously not quite like you at all. So in this story, we saw Rigoberto and Angelina as our characters. And they were at school. That's our setting. And they felt they were different. There was nobody like them. But what they found out at the end was that they share things the same. And they were able to make friends. I hope you guys liked this book, The Day You Begin.
Excellent. That was wonderful. Let's all give Miss Owens a hand. That was a wonderful selection. And of course, you did a great job of reading it. I really did enjoy that story. Let's go and grab some of these comments here. So we have Chiron, and he says he wants to stay at the school on the weekend. Sounds like he is missing his teacher. That is so sweet. And then Shania, how you doing, Pumpkin? She says she loves this book. Her teacher read it to them in class. I'm so glad that you like it. And then Dr. Quarles has a round of applause. Yes, Miss Owens definitely deserves that round of applause. Excellent, excellent. So we really, again, appreciate having you here. You did a wonderful job with the lesson and with the story. And I see that your students are just, so excited to see you here and the bond that you have with your students. So, and also I want to welcome your students and let them know how glad we are to have them here and that you brought them here and that they are welcome to be here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And also we love to have them to come on our Tuesday show as village readers. So if any of Miss Owens students are interested to come on and read, and we are such a loving, patient group around here. So mom and children can read, dad and children, grandma, granddaddy, whomever and children, or the children by themselves. But this is family programming, and it is all about incorporating everybody into this. So you guys can be active villagers, or you can tune in from your screen and just get all of this love and information, okay? Well, Miss Owens, before we get ready to go, was there anything that you wanted to share?
I'm just so excited. This whole project that you have going on. I'm just going to be spreading the word and praying that more and more students and kids and parents and people of all ages tune in to just the love, the energy that I get from just being here is amazing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And you're an OG of the literacy game, y'all. Miss Owens is she's got the shirt on and everything. She is an OG. She has been riding with us since the pandemic began, and we love and appreciate her for that. So we thank you for your time and for getting the word out. And next, you guys, don't you go anywhere, because we told you literacy, culture, community, and love. So you got some of that literacy, you got some of that community and that love, but now it's time for the culture. And that is knowing about who we are and knowing about the components of our community and our history that do not get told all the time, the things that escape us. So y'all stay tuned and get this history, get this culture, all right?
Greetings, virtual villagers. Once again, I am Jameer. I'm here to bring you today's moment in history. In 1967, Robert H. Lawrence Jr. became the first Black American to be trained as an astronaut. He unfortunately died in a plane crash during flight training before he could be sent on his first space mission. 16 years later, in 1983, Guion Guy Bluford carried on Lawrence's legacy by becoming the first Black man in space. Dr. Mae Jemison became the first Black woman to travel into space when she served as a mission specialist aboard the Space Shuttle Endeavour. In 1992, Dr. Jemison joined NASA's Astronaut Corps in 1987 and was selected to serve for the STS-47 mission, during which she orbited the Earth for nearly 8 days. In 1995, Bernard A. Harris Jr. became the first Black American to perform a spacewalk during the second of his 2 space shuttle flights. At least 14 Black people have traveled into space.
Greetings, virtual villagers. I'm Asia, and I'm here with today's book recommendation. Jameer told you about Black American astronauts. If you're interested in reading a book about a Black astronaut, May Among the Stars by Rada Ahmed is an awesome read for you. You can purchase this book at your local Black-owned bookstore or visit smile.amazon.com and add Clever Communities in Action as your charity, and Amazon will donate a percentage of the price of your purchases at no cost to you.
All right, virtual villagers, it's been wonderful here with you on this Wednesday evening. We hope that you guys are enjoying the programming, and a huge thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in, and also to all of our, there's Crystal. Thank you so much, sis. I really appreciate that. It's a village effort. And again, we appreciate you all for tuning in, for spreading the word. Hold on. Robert H. Lawrence was married to my cousin, D. Barbara Lawrence. So Dr. Quarles, if you guys were tuned in last night, and this is what I love about the fact that we're doing this live with you guys, all right? So he was here last night, and he told us about his cousin, Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. So I am like, who else is in your family, Dr. Quarles? Who are you going to let us know next? Who are we going to be wowed about who is related to you? He is just a treasure trove of relevant and important information, and also important historical figures. So we have the best villagers. That's all I can say, is that we have the best villagers. And I hope you all have been, right. The sister of Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. Okay. Wow. And you know, I read about that. I actually, as we were digging through this project here, I actually read about that connection. Of course, I did not know that she was related to you, Dr. Quarles, but I did read about them being sisters, and I was not aware of that. So that is wonderful. And see, that's what this is all about. See, as a community, Black Americans have contributed so much to this country and to the world. And it is important that we understand that as a young age, because our history helps to inform us of our present and our future. It is like the compass that guides us. In order to know where we are going, we have to have an understanding of where we have come from and what we have gone through, what we have overcome, and what lies ahead. So to everybody tuned in, and especially to our little viewers, to our young ones, thank you to the parents for bringing them. And thank you to our young viewers for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed it. We are so glad again to have Miss Owens' class here, and she will be coming back. And we have other teachers who come on here on Mondays and Wednesdays as well for you guys to get acclimated with them and get to know and love them. So we appreciate your time. Understand that this is your village. This is a place for you to come to get this love and feeling, to get this community feeling. And it is always, always welcome to you. Make sure that you guys like the Clever Communities in Action Facebook page once you sign off from here. And make sure that you guys subscribe to us on YouTube, and that's Clever Communities in Action as well. And please tell somebody about what we have going on here so our village can continue to grow. So you guys have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you again soon, all right? Peace.
Look, mommy, community in action. Well, oh my, let us down to that. Look, daddy, there's a book for me too. Well, oh my, let us down to that. Creative, affirming, and culture for me too. Look, granny, let us down to that. Look, granny, let us down to that. Look, granny, let us down to that. Learning and exploring about history, we see. Look, mommy, let us down to that. We confident, we practice and develop fluency. Look, daddy, let us down to that. Families, they bonding, they representing me. Look, granny, let us down to that. Look, auntie, let us down to that. Nice, I see, let us down to that.
So reliable, culturally relevant. Sit back and listen to the wisdom while we represent. So reliable, culturally relevant. Readers to leaders, they hold it down where they have to sit. So reliable, culturally relevant. Sit back and listen to the wisdom while you represent. So reliable, culturally relevant. Readers to leaders, they hold it down, yeah, they have to sit.
Look, mommy, community in action. Well, oh my, let us down to that. Look, daddy, there's a book for me too. Well, oh my, let us down to that. Creative, affirming, culture for me too. Look, granny, let us down